Hello everybody, CW here. Quick video. American Reloading. I have been waiting for this 6.5 premium mix and a 243 premium mix for a long time. It's been over 2 years. They've had them a couple times. They sell out quick. I've told too many people about them. Here I am telling you again. Am I a dope? Stand by. Okay. Now these are both the 6.5 premium mix. The 243 wasn't in, but they did get in right after I placed the order, like that afternoon. 243 107 grain boat tail hollow point match. So I grabbed 500 of those too. Those are not here yet. Probably won't do a video because they're all one kind. You know what those are. I think they're a Sierra bullet. But not a big deal. This is a premium mix. So these are always different. But generally you get some pretty cool stuff in here. Now I've bought 7mm before. And I bought one of these before. And they're usually really good. So let's open them up here. And see what exactly we've got. This is how they come. So you'll find copper bullets in here. You'll find cup and core bullets in here. You'll find premium partitions, everything. You know, you've got to know what you're looking at to know what you're going to get. Now, I'll zoom in a little bit here because these are pulls, but generally speaking, you don't find any marks in them. They're perfect. Just as good as they are coming out of the box. Now this is an ELD X or M, I don't know. It's got skives there, so I'm going to say X. What we got here? It's not a hollow point, but it's very pointy. It's got a mark in it. It looks, maybe it was from a crimp groove. I mean, from a crimp, the edge of the case. It won't hurt anything. Here's a flat base. Wow, that looks like they don't make a sub X for 6.5. Well, what the heck is that? I don't know. It's a flat red tip. It's probably a solid copper bullet. That's usually the wide bands. That's usually what you see. And it's very long. Now, the weights are going to be all over the map. Generally speaking, I got a lot of 120s and 140s, like 99%. A few were a little bit heavier, and a few will be like 129s. So I'm going to go through all these. I'm going to get some cups out here, and I'm just going to dump them in cups as I see them. Now, this is the same batch, and this is... You know, a lot of times the way they used to do it is you could see, like there's, I don't know if that's brown or red. I guess it's brown. I guess it's a brown tip. So that's probably a 140 Nosler ballistic tip. Where this is probably a 129 SST, I'm going to say. I'm going to go through all these. Not going to do it on camera. Maybe I'd do it speedy mode, but, you know, what are you going to see? You're just going to see me looking at finger and bullets here, dropping them into different cups. So I've got a whole stack of them up here that I did with the 22s. These, can't believe it's not butter cups, which I don't even know where I got them because I don't use this stuff. But I got them from somebody. Probably the neighbor or a friend saved them for me. But they're really good for sorting for this kind of stuff. So you'll need at least a half a dozen. There's going to be at least a half a dozen different kinds of bullets here. And it's something you just sit down at the table, you know, cup of coffee, a glass of sweet tea, something like that, and just go through them. So I'm going to go do that. And then I'll come back with you guys and show you what I've accomplished. Stand by. Okay. Here we go. We got a pretty good amount. I mean, a lot more lead tip cup and cores than I'm used to. And I see right there, that one's not one. That one's not one. That one's not one. They could be cup and cores, but they're not lead tips. I was watching watching a movie, so a couple of them slipped by me. But these look to be all lead tips now. Okay, so in here, there's a couple, like these are 129, 123, I mean. These ones here are 140s. And then there's a couple of 129 boat tails in here too. But the majority of them are 140 soft points, which are good hunting bullet. These ones here are 129, but they look really long. So, not really sure. Not familiar with it, but it's a ballistic tip. I thought maybe it was a CS Winchester combined technology bullet, because those are generally black like that, but I don't really know. So if anybody knows on those black ones, post up in the comments. Over here we've got some off red colored tip ones, and these are pretty light. I weighed them and I forgot what they are, but I think they're coming in really light. No, they're 123s, so that's normal. Those are 123s. There was some really light ones. These back here are just a couple of 130 grain Sierras, and I just started using these in the Grendel, and they're shooting really good. I like these in other calibers, so I figured I'd try them. Over here we got a mix of scant ogive, really long boat tails, target bullets, match target bullets. Most of them are in the 140 grain range. Most of them are really nice and clean. Over here we've got 143 grain, and I'm assuming they are going to be an ELD bullet. I've got to look. I don't use them, so I don't know them very well, but I do recognize that maroon tip as being an ELD bullet. Whether it's an X or an M, I'm not certain. You may know they're coming in right at 143 grain, 142.9, 143.1. So they're 143 grain. Back here we've got, this must be a copper bullet because it's coming in at 95 grains, but it looks about 123 grain in size. They come right at 90 grain. So they're probably a copper bullet. They look like a copper bullet with that wide cut in them. And there's one there that shouldn't be in there. That one there should be over here. What is that one? 123. I have a couple of those. These are copper, all copper, just kind of different. There's just onesies, twosies. So you get those. Most of the time you get a pretty good selection. So this one here, we've got a couple, just a couple in there. They look like, oh, that's a hollow point. So not sure, but let's see what we've got in weight. 90 grains. So that's probably a cup and core. And these I think were 94s or 95s. Yeah, 95. So that's a cup and core bullet. Just lightweights. This one here is 123. I thought I had some of these separate. These are 129s. And these are 129s. Maybe these, no, these over here were coppers. It looks like I got one single 123 grain SST. And that happens. You get stuff like that. Sometimes it's just the way it is. You just get one particular bullet that's different in a batch of the rest. So, we've got a good, these are 140s. These are these ones I said look like the Sub X. They're probably all copper because they're really long. So they're probably an all copper bullet, 140 grain. Maybe got 50, 60 of them. Got a goodly amount of 140 soft points, probably better than 100. Got better than 100, for sure better than 100, maybe 150, 143. Got over 100 of these 140. There's a couple of different manufacturers in here for sure. Some of them are super long and pointy, and some of them are just a little bit more blunt. You can tell side by side, but they come in at the same weight, so they're just different manufacturer. Separate them out and use them. Like I said, these are the 130s. These are 129s. They're pretty long. These were 123. So I guess they're not crazy long. They're not crazy long. But there we go. That's what I got out of this haul. Again, a couple of those are just copper. These are really light 95s. These ones back here were the copper. And that's what we got. So they're running sales on these all the time. But they don't last long. So if you want to do this, it's American Reloading. Check them out. And be quick. Get on their mailing list and watch. And if they pop up, go there quick. Because these premium mixes go fast. Especially 6.5. All of them, really. 6.5, 7mm, and 243 are the one. They get 223 as well. And they go quick. And sometimes you get really fancy bullets for really good prices. Those ARXs that I had in the video came from these guys. And like I said, I've got 500 107 grain 6mm coming. I'm not going to do a video on those. You know what they are. They're just a match bullet, you know, like these. I'm going to shoot them in the 6mm. Might play with them in the 6 arc, but probably not. I like lighter bullets in that. But there we go. So I'm just going to go through these and see if I can ID a couple that I don't know. Get them in some old bullet boxes, label them up, get them on the shelf, and shoot them. Have a good time. So there we go. Just a quick video. Done one of these before. Our buddy Wes does them a couple times. I kid him and tease him that you know, he took away our private stash. Because it's been, like I said, almost 2 years since I've been able to buy these. And ironically, I grabbed 2 boxes, and they've been on there for about a week. So they must have got a lot of them in. And as of right now, they're on. But it's going to be a while before you see this video. So probably, if they have them when you go look, they've gotten another batch. Because it'll be a few weeks after I film this before you see it. So there we go. American Reloading. Pulled bullets. They're really good. You will find some occasionally with marks. I saw a couple of them with marks. Maybe they were over here. But they're not awful. Maybe, you know, maybe if you shot 1,000 yards, you'd say, okay, I'm not going to shoot those. But for a hunting bullet or for fooling around, you know, they're perfectly fine. I see no marks in probably 98%. No marks whatsoever. I have gotten them in the past where they had some marks in them. But like I said, I don't see it regularly, and it's not a problem for anything I have found. Like here's one that's really bad. But I don't think this is from pulling. This looks to me to be a problem when it was seated. Because the gouge is going in, not coming out. So that's hideous. You know, that's hideous. But that's one single bullet. And like I said, I think it's from going in. I think this was on a loaded ammo, and that was hanging out the base of the case, the mouth of the case. And they pulled it out. They didn't do it when they pulled it. This happened when it was loaded. Because it's all scraped from below. So, you know, there you go. God bless everybody. CW out.